Today we're going to try something a little different. I'll give you some special effects. Now, watercolor being a medium that takes a little longer to dry means there's an opportunity that after it's been applied to mess with it and change it. Some popular methods include blotting, where you might take, say, like a paper towel that's crumpled up or a sponge and go back into the wet paint to kind of put a new texture back in there. Another one might be taking those grocery store plastic bags, crumbling up, putting them on top of the watercolor, putting something heavy on top of it and let it dry. It'll give you a marbleized effect. But one of the easiest and quickest ways to really mess with your watercolor and change it up is to use just regular old table salt. So what we're going to do first is we're going to lay down some watercolor tone. Okay, we're going to use a lot of water while we're doing it. And then we're going to apply the salt to it after it's on the page. Alright, so any type of tone you want to put on there, any sort of color. The idea is that you want to use a lot of water for this technique. And you put some tone in there, get some nice beautiful color laid down. Maybe you are interested in kind of mixing the tones, getting your page to have some of that tie-dye fun spacey effects. The important part is that you're doing this in order for the salt to work. And I'm just going to do that. Bring some of that tone back in. The idea is that salt is water soluble, right? We all know that it dissolves. So when I pour the salt on my watercolor, the salt itself wants to suck up the tone. It's pulling that water into itself. Then, after this dries, you simply brush the salt off and you're going to get a speckled effect. Alright? So here's my suggestion. Why don't you try it? See for yourself.